All aboard MBR.org, the place to get all your high school and amateur sports news and information. MBR.org is in high gear with Maine high school winter sports. Go to MBR.org to chat about your favorite team. Find the latest articles, travel news, and cancellations. Or visit their all-new and very popular team pages. MBR.org has everything you want to know about high school and amateur sports in Maine. Coming in February, all the high school tournament action at your fingertips 24/7. It's high school sports heaven. All aboard MBR.org.
Things, remember how Family Ties would always have the very special episode? This isn't like that. It's not some serious thing. You don't have to watch out for him. Coach Scott Graffam joins us in advance of his team's game against Deering.
How you doing?
How you doing, man? I feel like you've seen this Deering team before.
Yeah, no, this is we're pretty familiar with each other. It's going to be a war.
I would expect no less. I would expect no less. It's one of the reasons I'm dusting off the pipes tonight to come do the game. So it's all.
Oh, really? What an honor!
You got the A team.
Red carpet ready for you, or no?
I would hope so. I've already emailed Kevin to let him know. So, and also my color analyst tonight will be Randy Whitehouse from the Sun Journal, your favorite guy. So,
no, how's he going to get Matt Fleming into that conversation?
You find a way. Come on now.
I was gonna mention that too during pregame. Like, anything you want to talk about?
Yeah. Any ingredients you see missing?
I did want to mention. I did want to mention Matt real quick. He scored his 1,000th point last night. I'm sure he'd rather have done that in a different scenario, but that's pretty cool. A couple of Flemings with 1,000-point careers. Many of them were with your school, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome, and Libby. I think Libby and Abby are going to have a chance too.
I think you're 100% right. But there's no more after that. They're all Fleminged out after that, so we don't have to worry about missing out on any more. Your team has really gotten it together over the last few weeks. I thought they've played a lot better. I don't know if it's a confidence thing. I don't know if it's just, being together and getting enough, or maybe they're finally listening to their coach. Maybe, I don't know what it is. What's been going on with this team over the last few weeks? Because I think that this is as well as I've seen one of your teams play in a couple of years now.
Oh yeah, in a long time, not a couple, in a long time. When we had Andrew, So you expect that team to play well, but this goes back 10 years. These guys have played really well, and I think primarily, when we started the season, we lost 50% of our offense from last year with Matt and Colveria, right? They averaged over 30 points a game. We only averaged 57 as a team. So, that's a lot of points. And we had to figure it out. I mean, Chris St. Pierre, with Matt and Cole around, he could kind of stand around and get shot because people are running at those guys. So this year he had kind of had to make his own shots, so we had to create shots for him. And we struggled early on, through the New Year's, we really struggled, and then starting about mid-January, we figured it out who needed to get the ball and how to run an offense that was effective for the talent we had, and that was the coaches learning also, and the one constant was our defense, and that kept us in a lot of games. We were lucky to be 5-6 after the Gorham game. And then from that point on, our offense kind of kicked in, and we still defended, and we got better offensively. So we were able to compete with the better teams.
Coach Wing and I are convinced that Atreyu Keniston's really the X factor for your team. He reminds me a lot of Dalton Rice. Dalton, I thought, was kind of that same thing. When you guys had Dalton in his senior year, he was either going to score 2 points and be in foul trouble, or he was going to have a double-double, and he was going to be a big pain in the rear end for the other team. I feel like Keniston's kind of that same thing for you guys right now. When he's in and he's on the court, I think he adds something to your front line and really makes you guys really well-rounded and helps you guys on the boards a lot.
Yeah, he's been a huge factor down the stretch here. He's been really active on the backboard. He's shown a lot of energy. He hasn't made the real foolish fouls that has plagued him over his career. He's been able to stay on the floor, and he's scored. He's finished around the rim. He's made some foul shots. So he's really been a valuable player for us down the stretch. And Spencer Strong is the other one that we got a lot more out of than we may have expected or we were getting earlier. So.
Hey, Coach, I did have a question. I felt the same way about EL. They played last night, and then they're going to play tonight. Any thought about just bringing the two Deering teams up and playing a doubleheader?
Well, they wanted to do that, but being the Silas Marner / Scrooge McDuck, we wanted two different crowds. Part of it is, boy-girl doubleheaders are good, but it's a double-edged sword. About how can that? The girls have a big crowd if the boys play first. The girls have a big crowd to start the game, and then people walk out, and that's embarrassing, and it's not fair to them either. And then vice versa if they play the other way. And I think it's wrong, but you can't tell people what they're going to watch, and I think that's part of why you would do it this way. So
I told Maddie that when I was at Oak Hill, we always play boys and girl doubleheader, and that was exactly what we found, is that one team or the other might be a little hot, and the other one a little, had maybe lost a couple in a row, and the crowd would stay for one game and not the other.
Yeah, it's not fair.
And the coaches didn't like it at all.
No,
they really didn't.
Right.
So
but, we got a home. We battled through the regular season and got a home field, so that home court, so that we could dictate how this was going to happen. So that's basically what we did.
What's the feedback on playing at home as opposed to playing at the tournament site?
Yeah, I'd much rather play at the tournament site. I mean, we're going to have a great crowd here tonight, and it's going to be fun. But I'd much rather play down in Portland, so these kids get that chance. Both teams. I think that's one of the things we're going to have to figure out. We should be playing at the Expo or something.
Sure.
But once again, this was done for Bangor, so that they would, if they get a chance to get a home game, they'd have a chance to play at home and not have to travel. So.
And what happens? They get to travel to Wyndham, which is a quick jaunt.
Yeah, right. And the girls go to Portland. So
that didn't work so much.
Plans, those things happen. So.
It was funny too because a lot of people blame the Portland schools. And like Deering's going to travel up to Oxford Hills. I'm like, I feel like they'd rather travel to Augusta than Oxford Hills, but I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Coach Scott Graffam joins us in advance of tonight's game against Deering. Coach, good luck tonight, and we'll see you over there.
Thanks. I got a bunch of stats for you when you show up.
Okay, good. Well, I'm going to need them because, Aaron and Wing have been covering the games for me all year, so I'm not going to know anything, obviously.
You're bringing in the A team tonight.
Yeah.
Well, you'll know as much as Wing, I can tell you that right now.
Probably.
Thanks, Coach.
I'll see you tonight.
See ya. Thank you. That's Scott Graffam, head coach of the Oxford Hills Vikings.
I've known him it's so long, it's scary.
Falmouth Orthopedic Center. Central Maine Orthopedics. OA Centers for Orthopedics. All playing on the same team. Maine's top orthopedic practices have joined forces for more efficient and affordable orthopedic care. Introducing Spectrum Orthopedics.
Winter People Athletics creates custom athletic apparel, including team uniforms and spirit wear. They support team sports programs by offering a variety of clothing and other merchandise which can be personalized with team logos, player numbers, and names, and various other options. They can also provide innovative custom screen printing and embroidered apparel to create fun and engaging fan and booster items to sell for your team fundraising efforts. Call Steve Haynes, Athletic Apparel Consultant, at 207-869-6019 or online at winterpeople.com. For 37 years, the Bowles family has been selling Napa Auto Parts in Hancock County. And every February, they make the trip to Bangor, Portland, and Augusta to cheer on the local basketball teams. And with their new Napa Auto Parts stores in Lewiston, Auburn, Lisbon, Farmingdale, and Oxford, they have some new teams to cheer for. Like the kids out on the court, the Bowles family understands that doing business takes teamwork and dedication. Whether you're getting a belt for your sled, running a garage, or keeping your car and truck in tip-top shape, they're here to help. Visit your locally owned Napa Auto Parts in Lewiston, Auburn, Lisbon, Farmingdale, and Oxford today.
Look, I get it. We all got snowed in last week. You're just now getting shoveled out. And when somebody mentions something to you about summer camps, your only thought is, can I go to it right now so that I don't have to deal with the snow anymore? Totally get that. However, this February vacation week, if you're home with your kids, there is one thing that you're going to remember. If you don't have something for your kids to do, you're going to be in for a long summer. Registration is now open for University of Southern Maine's summer camps. They've got basketball, they've got soccer, they've got ice hockey, and they have a ton more. I haven't even scratched the surface on this. Find the registration links now. Go to usm.maine.edu. That's usm.maine.edu and search summer camps, or find the links right now at mbr.org. And maybe get them in shape for some of these summer camps by letting them shovel off the roof or something like that. Or the deck. Or the car. Or maybe the big wheel. Either way. University of Southern Maine summer camps, where kids should spend the summer.
Full Court Press is on your team. Full Court Press is more than just a coffee shop. Some of their print services include color copies, black and white copies, posters, bindings, calendars, cards, business cards, and every door direct mail. They're located at 855 Main Street in Westbrook. Call them today at 207-464-0002 or request an estimate, place an order, and much more on their website at fullcourtpress.biz. That's fullcourtpress.biz. When you need a copy shop to bring the heat, it's time to hire Full Court Press. Welcome in. It is the MBR Game of the Week from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. High above courtside here at Oxford Hills High School. Oxford Hills Deering are going to go tete-a-tete tonight and tomorrow. Tonight, the boys will be in action. This is a rematch of a game that happened in early January. Oxford Hills came out on top. I actually think that win kind of switched up their season. We'll find out more on the way. It's time for some more ads. It's the MBR Game of the Week, and we'll join you on the Ox in just a little bit.
Look, I get it. We all got snowed in last week. You're just now getting shoveled out. And when somebody mentions something to you about summer camps, your only thought is, can I go to it right now so that I don't have to deal with the snow anymore? Totally get that. However, this February vacation week, if you're home with your kids, there is one thing that you're going to remember. If you don't have something for your kids to do, you're going to be in for a long summer. Registration is now open for University of Southern Maine's summer camps. They've got basketball, they've got soccer, they've got ice hockey, and they have a ton more. I haven't even scratched the surface on this. Find the registration links now. Go to usm.maine.edu. That's usm.maine.edu and search summer camps, or find the links right now at mbr.org. And maybe get them in shape for some of these summer camps by letting them shovel off the roof or something like that. Or the deck.
Falmouth Orthopedic Center. Central Maine Orthopedics. OA Centers for Orthopedics. All playing on the same team. Maine's top orthopedic practices have joined forces for more efficient and affordable orthopedic care. Introducing Spectrum Orthopedics.
Winter People Athletics creates custom athletic apparel, including team uniforms and spirit wear. They support team sports programs by offering a variety of clothing and other merchandise which can be personalized with team logos, player numbers and names, and various other options. They can also provide innovative custom screen printing and embroidered apparel to create fun and engaging fan and booster items to sell for your team fundraising efforts. Call Steve Haynes, Athletic Apparel Consultant, at 207-869-6019 or online at winterpeople.com.
Look, I get it. We all got snowed in last week. You're just now getting shoveled out. And when somebody mentions something to you about summer camps, your only thought is, can I go to it right now so that I don't have to deal with the snow anymore? Totally get that. However, this February vacation week, if you're home with your kids, there is one thing that you're going to remember. If you don't have something for your kids to do, you're going to be in for a long summer. Registration is now open for University of Southern Maine's summer camps. They've got basketball, they've got soccer, they've got ice hockey, and they have a ton more. I haven't even scratched the surface on this. Find the registration links now. Go to usm.maine.edu. That's usm.maine.edu and search summer camps, or find the links right now at mbr.org. And maybe get them in shape for some of these summer camps by letting them shovel off the roof or something like that. Or the deck. Or the car. Or maybe the big wheel. Either way. University of Southern Maine summer camps, where kids should spend the summer.
All aboard MBR.org, the place to get all your high school and amateur sports news and information. MBR.org is in high gear with Maine high school winter sports. Go to MBR.org to chat about your favorite team. Find the latest articles, travel news, and cancellations, or visit their all-new and very popular team pages. MBR.org has everything you want to know about high school and amateur sports in Maine. Coming in February, all the high school tournament action at your fingertips 24/7. It's high school sports heaven. All aboard MBR.org.
For 37 years, the Bowles family has been selling Napa Auto Parts in Hancock County. And every February, they make the trip to Bangor, Portland, and Augusta to cheer on the local basketball teams. And with their new Napa Auto Parts stores in Lewiston, Auburn, Lisbon, Farmingdale, and Oxford, they have some new teams to cheer for. Like the kids out on the court, the Bowles family understands that doing business takes teamwork and dedication. Whether you're getting a belt for your sled, running a garage, or keeping your car and truck in tip-top shape, they're here to help. Visit your locally owned Napa Auto Parts in Lewiston, Auburn, Lisbon, Farmingdale, and Oxford today.
From the front office staff to the medical technicians and the doctors, we're all playing on the same team. Discover Spectrum Healthcare Partners and the power of integrated specialty care.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Oxford Hills Pep Band. All fired up. Or is it the Pep Band? I think it's more the marching band. Is there a difference between the Pep and the marching band, Randy Whitehouse?
Here I don't know. I'm not that familiar with the band with the band protocol here. I know that they're good though. They do a great job.
I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I am going to have you move your phone though. Or my phone. There we go.
That's your phone. Mine's the one with the tape.
We've both got it. All right, good. All right. We did that last night too at Edward Little.
Yeah, I always grabbed your phone before you left.
That's a good time. Welcome back. We are live at Oxford Hills High School. It's the MBR Game of the Week from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth high above courtside. Here, getting ready for Oxford Hills Deering boys basketball. If you're listening on the radio, it's on 96.9 AM 1450, the Mighty Ox. If you're watching on the video stream, which you can find on Facebook, which you can find on YouTube, which you can find on MBR Radio's Twitter page, it's all right there. Just go to mbrradio.com for the live stream there. This band right next to us here on the right. You don't usually have this issue during the Augusta tournament because they're on the opposite side.
Yeah.
You can still hear them, and it provides a nice little ambient background.
Yeah, here it's a little more than ambiance.
Yeah, a little bit. Changes things up just a hair. Randy, the last time these two teams met, it was here, and I honestly think it changed Oxford Hills' season. I think they kind of, I don't know if it was the confidence win they needed, but it was the one that they used, and I thought they haven't looked better. Talked to Coach Graffam earlier. He said this is the best he's had a team play in quite a few years, even including last year's squad.
Yeah, you could argue it changed Deering season too because they went on. It was the first of a 7-game losing streak for them. But as far as the Vikings are concerned, I saw them play back-to-back games. The game here against Edward Little, which they won, and then a game at Leavitt. And they were a totally different team from what I saw early in the season, especially on the offensive end. Defensively, that's been a constant for them. They've been able to count on playing very good defense all season long. They had some question marks coming into the season offensively, obviously, with losing Fleming and Verrier. What Graff say, I think it's like 50% of their offense that left or something. So, obviously it was going to take them a little bit of time to figure out how to get those points, probably redistributed over a few more guys. And, the team that I saw, most recently, guys like Spencer Strong, I thought were more assertive on the offensive end. Treyu Keniston being much more consistent, staying out of foul trouble, but, doing his usual work on the boards and get kind of those cleanup points, those second chance points. Colton Carson seems like a much more confident player. And, Chris St. Pierre, I remember talking to Graf after that first game, the season opener against Edward Little, and he said, we have to tell Chris that he has to start looking for his offense more. And it looks like he's starting to figure that out. So it's a much improved Oxford Hills team, and certainly that Deering win, which kind of kicked it off. Deering's a tough matchup. They have Ben Onick, one of the top players in Class AA North, 6'6" kid who's athletic and can shoot the three. There's some other kids that can kind of spread you out, shoot the three, and if he decides to go inside, they can make him a difficult cover. But certainly gave Oxford Hills a tough time the first time. It was a 3-point game the first time they met.
Talking to Randy Whitehouse with the Sun Journal. He is my compadre tonight here for the AA North quarterfinal. Edward Little girls, Lewiston girls are already underway. You can hear that one on the radio. Go to mainsbigz.com for listening options there, or you can find all the listening, watching options for all these games. Go to MBRradio.com. Everything is in one spot right there. I already see one Edward Little coach in the stands doing some scouting tonight. I'm sure there's some other folks doing some things as well. It is the AA North quarterfinals for the MPA Invitational Tournament 2018. We'll have Deering Oxford Hills boys around the corner. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. It's the game of the week. Central Maine Community College Hammond Lumber game of the week on the Ox 96.9 AM 1450. On the video stream side of things, it's the MBR game of the week from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. More on the way.
From the front office staff to the medical technicians and the doctors, we're all playing on the same team. Discover Spectrum Healthcare Partners and the power of integrated specialty care.
For 37 years, the Bowles family has been selling Napa Auto Parts in Hancock County, and every February they make the trip to Bangor, Portland, and Augusta to cheer on the local basketball teams. And with their new Napa Auto Parts stores in Lewiston, Auburn, Lisbon, Farmingdale, and Oxford, they have some new teams to cheer for. Like the kids out on the court, the Bowles family understands that doing business takes teamwork and dedication. Whether you're getting a belt for your sled, running a garage, or keeping your car and truck in tip-top shape, they're here to help. Visit your locally owned Napa Auto Parts in Lewiston, Auburn, Lisbon, Farmingdale, and Oxford today.
Look, I get it. We all got snowed in last week. You're just now getting shoveled out. And when somebody mentions something to you about summer camps, your only thought is, can I go to it right now so that I don't have to deal with the snow anymore? Totally get that. However, this February vacation week, if you're home with your kids, there is one thing that you're going to remember. If you don't have something for your kids to do, you're going to be in for a long summer. Registration is now open for University of Southern Maine's summer camps. They've got basketball, they've got soccer, they've got ice hockey, and they have a ton more. I haven't even scratched the surface on this. Find the registration links now. Go to usm.maine.edu. That's usm.maine.edu and search summer camps, or find the links right now at mbr.org. And maybe get them in shape for some of these summer camps by letting them shovel off the roof or something like that. Or the deck. Or the car. Or maybe the big wheel. Either way. University of Southern Maine summer camps, where kids should spend the summer.
From the front office staff to the medical technicians and the doctors, playing on the same team. Discover Spectrum Healthcare Partners and the power of integrated specialty care.
Full Court Press is on your team. Full Court Press is more than just a coffee shop. Some of their print services include color copies, black and white copies, posters, bindings, calendars, cards, business cards, and every door direct mail. They're located at 855 Main Street in Westbrook. Call them today at 207-464-0002 or request an estimate, place an order, and much more on their website at fullcourtpress.biz. That's fullcourtpress.biz. When you need a copy shop to bring the heat, it's time to hire Full Court Press.
All aboard MBR.org, the place to get all your high school and amateur sports news and information. MBR.org is in high gear with Maine high school winter sports. Go to MBR.org to chat about your favorite team. Find the latest articles, travel news, and cancellations. Or visit their all-new and very popular team pages. MBR.org has everything you want to know about high school and amateur sports in Maine. Coming in February, all the high school tournament action at your fingertips 24/7. It's high school sports heaven. All aboard MBR.org.
Welcome back. Pre-game. Just about wrapping up. National anthem around the corner. Player introductions. Whole 9 yards. It's the NPA Invitational AA North quarterfinals here at Oxford Hills High School. Oxford Hills boys hosting Deering. Tomorrow night, Oxford Hills girls will host Deering right here. Same bat time, same bat channel. We're hoping we can leave all the bat stuff here and not have to transport it in the Batmobile just to transport it back to the same place tomorrow. We feel like this is, if you're going to be protected, this is probably the best place for it. You know, it is the Central Maine Community College Hammond Lumber Game of the Week on the Ox 96.9 AM 1450. You can listen online at WOXO.com. Radio-wise, or video-wise, it's the MBR Game of the Week from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners Game of the Week.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes, you too.
Nobody would rather be with on Valentine's Day.
I know. You don't expect anything from me? I didn't have to bring a gift?
I'm disappointed there aren't candy hearts here. I was kind of expecting, except it wouldn't have like little loving messages. It would have like, don't swear on air.
It would have like Larry Bird stats from '85. You know, it would have, you know.
Not enough room for those. Not enough room.
Introductions being done right now for both squads. We'll turn it up so you can hear it. And welcome back. 96.9 AM 1450 The Mighty Ox. It's the Central Maine Community College Hammond Lumber Game of the Week. On the radio side of things, it's the MBR Game of the Week from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. Special playoff edition MPA Invitational Tourney 2018 AA North quarterfinals. Edward Little has advanced. They await the winner of this one. They'll play next Tuesday at the CIA in Portland. I'm sure plenty of parking will not be available. We going to carpool? You want to carpool to that, Randy?
No, I have a spot, and I really don't want to share it with anybody.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. Thanks for the help,
no
buddy.
No offense.
And away we go. We are underway. Tip is won by Oxford Hills. Strong with the basketball, gets it up top to Carson. Carson apparently has the playoff hair going. He gets down inside the three-point line, has to pick up his dribble. Gets it out to Yannick Lukska. Now back up top, that's going to be Spencer Strong, who's been playing pretty well. He was the best Motors player of the game just a couple of weeks ago. Lukska up under the timeline, now back up to Carson. Carson hands it off to Strong. Strong being guarded over by number 20, Daryl Germain, who was one of their offensive options. Strong puts it on the floor. Jumper off the glass to Strong. Long rebound, and Germain's going to come down with it. St. Pierre on the defense stands up. Germain can't get the layup. However, the rebound is good. Ben Onik with the slowest rebound of all time in terms of follow-ups, and it goes in 2-0 Deering early.
Oh, when you're that big and that long, you can be kind of slow.
That's how that works. Down low to Keniston on the block. He goes up, kicks it out. Lukska with a long two, and we're tied at 2.
Good look by Treyu on that one. He had Lukska wide open on the wing while he was drawing quite a bit of traffic down low.
Around and about, that'll be number 14, Emmanuel Biacho with it. Now over to Cole Martinson. Martinson kicks it back out to Germain. Germain drops it down low, and Keniston's going to get called for the first foul of the game on that play. With 6:25 remaining in the first quarter, tied at 2. Nice play to get it down low there to number 50, Blaze Vale. Vale couldn't finish, but Keniston called for the foul. Keniston being in foul trouble is one of those markers, I think, for the Oxford Hills Vikings, where if he's in foul trouble, could be a long night. If he's not in foul trouble, could be a long night for the other team.
Yeah, I agree. Even going back to last year's tournament when he was in there without foul trouble, he's playing well, and they were playing well. And in the second game when he was on the bench for quite a bit, they missed him.
Back underway, 4-2. Deering with the lead over Oxford Hills, just underway. Oxford Hills is the higher seed in the home whites. St. Pierre with a long three, way off. Lukska with a rebound. Kicks it back out to Strong, and Strong will reset. Approaching 6 minutes remaining in the quarter. Strong, long jumper off the glass, no good. Keniston, Strong rebound, thought about putting it up. Instead gets down low. Strong off the glass, high and off the rim. Tied at 4. Good look by Keniston.
Well, that's what he gives you when he's out there, second opportunities, and when he has the ball in his hands, he can look for his teammates too.
Germain puts it on the floor with the left hand, kicks it into the corner. That's going to be batted out of bounds. 5:35 remaining in the quarter. Biacho will inbound, and he does so. He gets that into Martinson. Back to Biacho. He gets double teamed and trapped. Germain's going to get trapped out there. Looks like Oxford Hills bringing a little bit of pressure. They try to drop it off down low to Vale again, and it gets picked away. Carson up ahead to Lukska, now to St. Pierre. St. Pierre to Carson. Carson with a pull-up, soft touch, and we have an Oxford Hills lead at 6-4. Back the other way, long three. That is going to roll around and fall out, and you're going to get a foul on Deering as well. Stop everything with 5:07 remaining in the quarter.
Count the basket, I guess.
They are going to count the basket, so it's 7-6 with a loose ball foul on Deering. That was Martinson.
Thank you.
No relation to Wink Martindale. Under 5 minutes remaining here in the quarter.
Oxford Hills with the basketball. Strong with it out. Now gets it over to Carson. Carson up in the high block, being guarded by Vale. Now over to Keniston. He's being guarded by Onik. Down low, Carson. Carson with a beautiful move, but can't get it to go. Keniston fights for the rebound with Onik, and it goes out of bounds off of Onik's leg, and it will be Oxford Hills basketball. 4:43 remaining in the first quarter. Deering leads 7-6. Inbounded to Carson. Carson's going to put it on the floor, tries to get between the double team, does, and puts it up with the left hand.
Lefty.
8-7.
Maybe he'll become a switch pitcher at Maine.
Maybe that, he could do the old Greg Harris. Jermaine to Onik. Onik into the corner. That's Martinson looking for another. Dial it up.
You don't want to get him going. He can really light it up when he gets going.
Deering's biggest issue is sometimes watching Ben Onik play basketball. And if their outside guys are getting confidence and hitting outside shots, it's an entirely different team. Down low, Carson can't get it to go. Keniston gets the rebound. He can't get it, but knocked out of bounds. It'll be Oxford Hills basketball. 4:09 remaining in the quarter. 10-8. Deering with the lead. MPA North AA quarterfinal with the boys. Winner faces Edward Little next week. 4:06 remaining in the quarter. Strong puts it on the floor. Down low, Keniston. Keniston stops, kicks it out. St. Pierre thought about shooting it, instead puts it on the floor. He does a nice spin move. George Gervin finger roll is good, and we're tied at 10.
Yeah, he needed all of his length on that one, and pretty shot.
I think that's something St. Pierre could do more of, especially with his range from three-point lane, because you have to go out and guard him. Onik drives in. He can't get the finish. However, Vale does. 12-10 Deering, and that's something that's going to make Scott Graffam physically ill if Onik's missing shots, but offensive rebounds are going in. Carson back the other way, can't find the rebound. Can't find the shot, but gets the rebound. They kick it back up to Strong to reset. 3:22 remaining in the quarter. Long three-pointer is good by Spencer Strong. 13-12, Oxford Hills. Just like that. Jermaine will bring it up the court for the Rams. Jermaine with the left hand. Works around a screen. He's going to go into the paint, and Trey Keniston just picked up his second foul. Going for the block there on Jermaine, so he will have a seat.
Yeah, Jermaine's ability to put the ball on the floor and get to the hoop is going to be a concern for the Vikings. Clearly early on, he's been able to get through the defense a couple times so far.
Free throw is no good. Oxford Hills 13, Deering 12, 3:01 remaining in the first quarter. Keniston has a seat, Strong has a seat. Into the ball game now is Garrett Record, as the second free throw is good, and Will Dietrich into the ball game. We're tied at 13. I hear that's a lucky number for some folks. For some folks, it isn't.
I was born on the 13th.
Onik takes it away, back the other way. St. Pierre gets a hand on it, but it's not enough. Onik finishes 15-13, Deering.
He's so tough in the open floor with his length and athleticism.
Got to see Onik at MBR All-Star Weekend. I've seen him play since, and he's a pretty good ball player, I'd say. Working it around the perimeter. 15-13, Deering over Oxford Hills. Oxford Hills with the basketball. Going left to right on your radio dial. Carson puts it on the floor, kicks it back out. Lukska swings it back over to Record. Record guarded by Jermaine, and he's going to get called for the steps with 2:23 remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, a little bit of indecision right there, perhaps a little bit of nerves in that case. Hopefully he's got it out of the system now.
Back underway here. Jermaine with the inbound. Over to Onik. Onik picks up his dribble. Swings it into the corner. Now down low to Vale. Vale's already had a good game, and he gets another one.
Classic jump hook there. Don't see too many of those these days.
17-13. Deering leads Oxford Hills. Deering looking for the upset. Record can't get it to go. Onik with a rebound. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Scott Graffam timeout here if Deering scores. Long three-pointer and way off. Back the other way come the Vikings as Record gets it over to Carson. Carson goes baseline, gets knocked out of bounds, but manages to get rid of it beforehand. Strong for three. No. Strong tries to save it and can't. And with 1:34 remaining in the quarter, Oxford Hills trails 17-13. It'll be Deering basketball on the side directly in front of us. And we'll actually take a timeout with 1:34 remaining in the first quarter. We'll be right back. 30 seconds here on the game of the week.
All aboard MBR.org, the place to get all your high school and amateur sports news and information. MBR.org is in high gear with Maine high school winter sports. Go to MBR.org to chat about your favorite team. Find the latest articles, travel news, and cancellations. Or visit their all-new and very popular team pages. MBR.org has everything you want to know about high school and amateur sports in Maine. Coming in February, all the high school tournament action at your fingertips 24/7. It's high school sports heaven. All aboard MBR.org.
Welcome back. It is the game of the week. MBR game of the week from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. Matt Beltwell, Randy Whitehouse from the Sun Journal here as well. 1:30 remaining in this quarter. Pay no attention to that clock that I'm just now starting as Jermaine puts it up. 17-13 Deering over Oxford Hills here in the first quarter. AA North quarterfinal. Looking to get it down low to Onik, but it gets knocked out of bounds. Good defense there by Record. And it will require a conference.
Deering ball.
And it'll be Deering basketball.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Inbounded. Over to Jermaine. Keeps it working. Visconti Bushiri is in the ball game for Deering. They do not go super duper deep on their bench. Vale down low, didn't realize how open he was. Instead kicks it out. Bushiri for three is good. 20-13, and if Deering is making those shots tonight, Oxford Hills in big trouble. Carson gets it up into the front court. And Strong can't save it and goes to tip it out of bounds, but there's nobody there. Another Oxford Hills turnover. Deering leads 20-13 with 35 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
It's Onik's presence in the paint there. You always have to be wary of him anytime you go to the hoop.
Jermaine inbounds the basketball. Being guarded by Record. Now picks up his dribble. Beautiful, beautiful backdoor cut. Vale is going to get called for the offensive foul because he dropped the shoulder. Or so says the official. Dropped the shoulder, and that'll be an offensive foul on Deering. Oxford Hills basketball.
I don't know if Deering's named their new football coach, but perhaps he's trying to impress whoever the new football coach is.
Might not be a bad idea. Maybe he's applying for the gig, you know. Inbound it to St. Pierre. Carson, now St. Pierre gets it back over the timeline. 15 seconds remaining. Back out to St. Pierre. Strong with a basketball. Between the legs, crossover, into the paint, drops it off. Carson can't find the handle, and it gets kicked out of bounds and almost hits Todd Wing. Head coach of the Deering Rams. 1,000-point scorer at Telstar.
They have those?
They do.
They just added one at OJ. In fact, quite a few, actually, I think, for a small school.
Got some sort of something going on here. I don't know if they're talking about time. We've got a conference of some type. I believe Alberto Riveron is calling in to help. I'm not sure.
Nick Foles was not in legal formation. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. I agree. Luke's get inbounds Carson. Carson's going to shoot it. Puts it up before the buzzer. No. That'll end the quarter. 20-13. Deering on top. We'll take a break. We'll be back in 1 minute on the Ox 96.9 AM 1450 and at MBR.org.
From the front office staff to the medical technicians and the doctors, the same team. Discover Spectrum Healthcare Partners and the power of integrated specialty care.
All aboard MBR.org, the place to get all your high school and amateur sports news and information. MBR.org is in high gear with Maine high school winter sports. Go to MBR.org to chat about your favorite team. Find the latest articles, travel news, and cancellations. Or visit their all-new and very popular team pages. MBR.org has everything you want to know about high school and amateur sports in Maine. Coming in February, all the high school tournament action at your fingertips 24/7. It's high school sports heaven. All aboard MBR.org.
Welcome back. About to start the second quarter here at Oxford Hills High School. Deering leads 20-13, and it'll be Deering basketball to start. Jermaine works around. They're playing a little handoff here. Jermaine gets it back now. Biaccio hands it off to Bashiri. Back over to Jermaine. Back over to Biaccio. Biaccio almost lost the footing, got it back. Now Biaccio picks up his dribble and is in trouble. Tries to go up into the high block. Keniston playing with 2 fouls, got to be careful. Onik top the key 3, no. Ball tipped around, and that's going to be an offensive rebound for Deering as Bushiri tapped it around and kept it alive. Jermaine crosses it over, pull up, long 2, no good. Keniston for the rebound. Bushiri goes to save it, and he saves it into the Oxford Hills bench. 7:13 remaining in the first half. Deering leads 20-13, and after a what would we go there with? A 46-minute time, 46-second time possession. Deering comes up empty. St. Pierre over to Carson. Carson pull up in the lane, thought he got fouled. Shot was no good. Strong with a rebound, kicks it out to Record. They need this shot, can't get it. Long scoring drought here for Oxford Hills. Deering taking advantage. Onik brings it into the corner. Bushiri for 3, no. Rebound tapped around, fought for. Record tries to bring it out up front. He's going to bring it up. Onik way too tall in that situation. No foul with the body. Back the other way comes Deering. Jermaine back the other end, and St. Pierre's going to take it away from him, and the foul is going to be on Jermaine, trying to take it back with 6:30 remaining in the first half. Up and down action so far here in the second quarter, but no points.
I think St. Pierre was waiting for Jermaine to look up for a teammate and then snuck a hand in there to swipe that away.
I didn't mean to grab your chin there. I was like, hey, how about I give you this microphone?
Considering the date, I'm a little suspicious.
That's fine. Bring you some chocolate later. Low-carb chocolate, you know. Strong back the other way over to Record. Carson down low. Strong, beautiful shot fake, but he was way too wide open, and he was a little too far under the basket.
Yeah, I don't think he realized how wide open he was and had time to gather himself and maybe put it up off the glass, but rushed it up there.
Bushiri playing like his pants are on fire. Jumped to every shot fake. Carson against Vail, and the foul. The old-fashioned three-point play and the Vikings scoring drought ends. They are now within 5 and a chance to make it 4 for Carson.
Yeah, it's a big basket for them. Hopefully translates at the defensive end. They could use some points in transition, some points off of turnovers. Right, so far Deering's been the more energetic team.
Carson hits the free throw.
He's got 7 points. He's the leading scorer so far.
20-16 Deering. 6:07 remaining in the quarter. Jermaine drops it off for Vail.
Ooh.
Carson altered the shot. Work around, excuse me, that was not Vail. I'll tell you who that was in just a second. But then you're going to have a steal called here, or a foul called here on Deering. That was number 23, Michael Randall, down low, had a shot altered by Carson. And now Oxford Hills will have the basketball with 5:55 remaining in the second quarter, down by 4.
First foul on it. Carson was fortunate he didn't get poked in the eye or worse on that.
Strong. Over to Carson. Puts it on the floor. Crossover. Kick over to St. Pierre in front of the Deering bench. Now back into the post to Carson. Carson being double teamed. He can't get it to go. Lukska, however, there on the follow-up after the missed shot. And it's 20-18, Deering with a 2-point lead. A 5-0 run for Oxford Hills here to start the second quarter. Biaccio hands it off to Germain, and Germain will slow it down. Biaccio picks up the dribble, now gets it over to Onik. Onik, crossover, kicks it over to Germain. Back over to Biaccio up at the top of the key. Now to the left hand to Bushiri. Bushiri with a crossover finger roll, and that guides in. Scoring drought over for Deering. They back up by 4. 4:45 remaining in the quarter. Carson puts it on the floor, gets blocked. Rebound, Randall. Carson put his hand up. The ball might have gotten tapped into the basket. That's how close he was to it. Biaccio down low. They're going to go up for Randall again, and he's going to get called for steppage as he took multiple shot fakes. And you could do that. However, you can't move your feet while shot faking. And that was the issue there. You can't do a fall-away shot fake, Randy.
I wouldn't know. I've never been able to move my feet and shoot at the same time anyway, so it really didn't matter.
I know that feeling. I was just thinking today, like, imagine if I'd actually listened to my coaches back in the day and or knew what they were talking about. St. Pierre with a long three. No. Carson with a rebound. He kicks it back out to St. Pierre, and Oxford Hills will reset. Approaching 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. 22-18, Deering. Strong had Germain set, but he picked up his dribble. St. Pierre drives in, can't get it to go. Carson flies in out of nowhere, and he's going to get the foul called on Deering, and Carson will go to the line and shoot a pair as Carson flew in out of nowhere. I don't know how you miss Colton Carson on a box out, but they did, and he took advantage with 3:55 remaining in the first half and a chance to get this down to a 2-point game.
Well, that's his third offensive rebound already, and the offensive glass really saving the Vikings so far. They've got 8 already.
Oxford Hills free throw shooting hit or miss this year, I would say.
It's a make or miss league, Maddie.
St. Pierre Record and Lukska were very good, but as a team, not where they probably want to be. Carson hits the second, 22-19. Deering gets it back up to the front court, and away they go. Germain gets it over to Biaccio, then back to Germain. Vale back in the ball game. Blaze Vale. I hope he skis, because if he doesn't, that's a missed opportunity. Into the corner for Biaccio, no good. St. Pierre with a rebound, no. And then Vale goes out of bounds. But it'll be Oxford Hills basketball.
Vale's already on my all-tournament name team. So.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Who are we hanging out with today? Blaze Vale. I don't know. I just...
Should be in Pyeongchang.
It should be in, like, the Dazed and Confused 2. You know what I mean? Like, that's like movie character name. I really like that. That's good. That pass would not be intended for a movie, as that pass for Carson is picked away, and Deering will take it back. They're down 3. 3:05 remaining in the first half. Matt Boutwell, Randy Whitehouse with you here at Oxford Hills High School. Tournament underway. AA North quarterfinal. Germain for 3. Yep. 6-point lead for the Rams, 25-19.
That's his first 3.
St. Pierre up with the right hand. Swings it over to Record. Carson puts it on the floor against Germain. Now Record gets it back. He puts it on the floor, picks up his dribble, gets it to Carson. Carson being guarded by Germain. Looks down low. Dietrich kicks it out. Now to Carson. Carson in the post. Left hand, no. Batted around, and Carson with another offensive rebound. Gets it out to Dietrich. Dietrich kicks it out. Lukska for 3, no. Active possession, no points. Germain looking for another. No. Rebound St. Pierre. They're going to say that is Oxford Hills basketball, but I feel like St. Pierre was the last to touch it.
Yeah,
but I think it was either going to be that or is it going to be a reach over?
Yeah, you could have gotten over the back.
So you kind of got the old. Now they're going to talk about it.
I think they're talking about whether they're in the bonus.
Oh, they are going to call that a foul. So St. Pierre's going to go to the line and shoot a pair. Oxford Hills already in the bonus with 2:12 remaining. Only 2 fouls on Oxford Hills in the first half. If you're Oxford Hills, you've been struggling from the field, you got to make these freebies, especially in a game like this. I don't know how many times, Randy, we've seen games, and every time the deficit is, well, if they'd only hit 60% of their free throws.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a problem all in the entire time that I've been covering high school basketball. Never really had teams consistently knock down their free throws.
Second free throw is good, 25-21 now. .210 and counting remaining here in the first half. Bushiri with it, who's provided some great minutes, gets it to Vale. Germain inside the paint. Now back out, kicks it out. That'll be Martinson, who hit some threes earlier, now swings it over to Bushiri into the corner for Germain. They're looking for Onik, and he's getting double teamed. They're going to get it out to Martinson for three, and he's going to hit another one.
That's
Martinson
his third.
makes it a touchdown. That's his third?
Yep.
Wow. Back the other way, Strong with a strong move. 28-23. Vale and Coach Wing wanted an offensive foul called there. It was not to be. Minute 15 remaining in the quarter. Swinging out again. Martinson, why not? No. Rebound comes down to Carson. Dietrich providing some good box out there on Onik. Into the corner, Record for three. Yes! Oxford Hills within two, 28-26, under a minute to go. Germain. Into the corner, Bushiri, and it's going to be picked off by Carson. It was intended for Onik. Strong, crossover, trying not to get the offensive foul, and a beautiful little pull-up, fade away. I don't know what you'd even call that, but regardless, we're tied at 28. 7-0 run by the Vikings, fueled by their defense, as there's another steal. Carson picks it away, gets it up ahead to Strong. Strong tries to pass it and lost it. Deering comes back with it with a chance to take the lead before the half, 20 seconds. Germain with it. He's going to get double teamed here. And foul will be called with 10 seconds remaining.
Have one to get, well.
You had multiple to give here.
One to give.
Multiple to give. Record's going to guard Germain. And
excellent
now
defense.
He gets it. That was a good job by Record there. Germain's going to have to go into the backcourt. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, dribbles through, lost it. Carson up ahead, going to have to let it go. And Onik can't get the block. And the shot doesn't go either. Hunter Labossiere had a chance, couldn't get it done. Well, after one half of play, we're right back where we started. We're tied at 28. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with halftime here at Oxford Hills High School. It's the AA North quarterfinals for the NBA Invitational Tourney 2018. Oxford Hills boys, Deering boys, tied at 28. We'll be back on MBR.org at the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth, and on the Ox 96.9 AM 1450. It's the CMCC Hammond Lumber Game of the Week.
From the front office staff to the medical technicians and the doctors, we're all playing on the same team. Discover Spectrum Healthcare Partners and the power of integrated specialty care.
For 37 years, the Bowles family has been selling Napa Auto Parts in Hancock County. And every February, they make the trip to Bangor, Portland, and Augusta to cheer on the local basketball teams. And with their new Napa Auto Parts stores in Lewiston, Auburn, Lisbon, Farmingdale, and Oxford, they have some new teams to cheer for. Like the kids out on the court, the Bowles family understands that doing business takes teamwork and dedication. Whether you're getting a belt for your sled, running a garage, or keeping your car and truck in tip-top shape, they're here to help. Visit your locally owned Napa Auto Parts in Lewiston, Auburn, Lisbon, Farmingdale, and Oxford today.
Look, I get it. We all got snowed in last week. You're just now getting shoveled out. And when somebody mentions something to you about summer camps, your only thought is, can I go to it right now so that I don't have to deal with the snow anymore? Totally get that. However, this February vacation week, if you're home with your kids, there is one thing that you're going to remember. If you don't have something for your kids to do, you're going to be in for a long summer. Registration is now open for University of Southern Maine's summer camps. They've got basketball, they've got soccer, they've got ice hockey, and they have a ton more. I haven't even scratched the surface on this. Find the registration links now. Go to usm.maine.edu. That's usm.maine.edu and search summer camps. Or find the links right now at mbr.org. And maybe get them in shape for some of these summer camps by letting them shovel off the roof or something like that. Or the deck. Or the car. Or maybe the big wheel. Either way. University of Southern Maine summer camps, where kids should spend the summer.
Winter People Athletics creates custom athletic apparel, including team uniforms and spirit wear. They support team sports programs by offering a variety of clothing and other merchandise which can be personalized with team logos, player numbers and names, and various other options. They can also provide innovative custom screen printing and embroidered apparel to create fun and engaging fan and booster items to sell for your team fundraising efforts. Call Steve Haynes, athletic apparel consultant, at 207-869-6019 or online at winterpeople.com.
All aboard MBR.org, the place to get all your high school and amateur sports news and information. MBR.org is in high gear with Maine high school winter sports. Go to MBR.org to chat about your favorite team. Find the latest articles, travel news, and cancellations. Or visit their all-new and very popular team pages. MBR.org has everything you want to know about high school and amateur sports in Maine. Coming in February, all the high school tournament action at your fingertips 24/7. It's high school sports heaven. All aboard MBR.org.
Full Court Press is on your team. Full Court Press is more than just a coffee shop. Some of their print services include color copies, black and white copies, posters, bindings, calendars, cards, business cards, and every door direct mail. They're located at 855 Main Street in Westbrook. Call them today at 207-464-0002 or request an estimate, place an order, and much more on their website at fullcourtpress.biz. That's fullcourtpress.biz. When you need a copy shop to bring the heat, it's time to hire Full Court Press.
You know, if there's one thing I've learned in the time that I've been doing this, it's do not make fun of anybody else's audio issues, because then you will have technical difficulties of your own. We're at halftime here for Deering and Oxford Hills. We were just talking, me and Randy Whitehouse off the air, the audio difficulty portion of everything, and now the audio difficulties have extended into the actual setup.
Oh, boy.
So they're getting ready to get going and then not get going. These are the things. These are the things that happen. Now they're going to do stuff right here. Okay, I guess that wraps that up. 28-28, Oxford. Okay, there we go. Now we're good. We're good. Somebody figured it out. Somebody figured out their iPhone is what happened here. It's the Central Maine Community College Hammond Lumber Game of the Week on the Ox 96.9 AM 1450. On the video side of things, it's the MBR Game of the Week, and it's brought to you by our friends at Spectrum Healthcare Partners. A reminder, Napa Auto Parts, your locally owned Napa Auto Parts, now has 19 locations. For a list of those locations, go to mbr.org, and they are our official audio sponsor for the 2018 NPA Invitational Tournament, and they'll help carry us all the way through Augusta and select games in Portland. And if your teams make it to Bangor, well, we might be there too. So yeah, big time here for the playoffs. We're about halfway through halftime, tied at 28. Randy, what do we got for scoring in this one?
Well, on the Deering side, the leading scorer is the sophomore, Cole Martinson. He's hit 3 threes for 9 points. Mr. Vale, Blaze Vale, with 4 points. Ben Onik only has 4 points. I think Scott Graffin would take that as long as his Perimeter defenders can bother their three-point shooters. On the Oxford Hills side, Colton Carson has 8 points. Also has 3 steals, all on the last 3 straight defensive stands. Has 5 rebounds, 4 of those on the offensive end. Spencer Strong with 9 points, including a 3 in there. Chris St. Pierre with 4 points. Janka Lupska with 4 points. Garrett Record has a 3. And after all that, we're all tied at 28. Vikings have taken quite a few more shots so far than the Rams, and that's mostly been because of their work on the offensive boards. They're 11 for 32 shooting so far. Deering's 10 for 20. So significant number more shots. Deering's 5 for 12 from 3. I think Graffam would probably like to see that percentage go down a little bit. Oxford Hills is 2 for 8 from 3. I can do math very well.
Math was my strong suit back in the day. I think in the second half, if you're Oxford Hills, I mean, to me, keys to the second half are pretty simple. Don't turn the ball over. Don't try to match Deering's pace and run up and down the court. Take advantage of your mismatches. There's a lot of switching going on with Deering right now, and you're getting situations where Colton Carson's being guarded by a much shorter player. If that's the case, get him the ball. Okay? Yeah. He's taller than the other guy. Do what they do when Isaiah Thomas is playing. Give it to the guy who's being guarded by Isaiah. Okay? It's kind of that deal. Carson has the ball, and he's not getting one-on-one by Ben Onik. Like, go ahead and give him the ball, and then kind of work everything.
Yeah, and tell him, when he gets the ball to go strong to the hoop. He got a couple times in the first half, and he was kind of fading away and kind of, taking odd angles to the hoop. So when you have that kind of height advantage, exploit it to the fullest. Go up strong, go up high, and just making an easier shot for yourself.
The halftime clock stopped at exactly 5 minutes. I don't know if that was on purpose.
Probably.
I don't know.
So they can get the mats off the floor.
Yeah, but they stopped it during the.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is even another thing.
Anytime there's a delay at halftime, I always suspect the cheerleaders.
It's always the cheerleaders.
It's always the cheerleaders.
We're going to take a commercial break and we'll come back. We might come back with second half action. We might come back with more halftime. Honest to God, we don't know. It's the MPA 2018 Invitational Tourney, AA North Boys quarterfinal. Deering Oxford Hills tied at 28. On the radio side of things, it's the Ox, 96.9 AM 1450, online at WOXO.com. And if you're looking for the video, MBR.org for all your video options, including Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Join the fun on the Facebook one. We'll be back in just a little bit.
For 37 years, the Bowles family has been selling Napa Auto Parts in Hancock County. And every February, they make the trip to Bangor, Portland, and Augusta to cheer on the local basketball teams. And with their new Napa Auto Parts stores in Lewiston, Auburn, Lisbon, Farmingdale, and Oxford, they have some new teams to cheer for. Like the kids out on the court, the Bowles family understands that doing business takes teamwork and dedication. Whether you're getting a belt for your sled, running a garage, or keeping your car and truck in tip-top shape, they're here to help. Visit your locally owned Napa Auto Parts in Lewiston, Auburn, Lisbon, Farmingdale, and Oxford today.
Falmouth Orthopedic Center, Central Maine Orthopedics, OA Centers for Orthopedics, all play on the same team. Maine's top orthopedic practices have joined forces for more efficient and affordable orthopedic care. Introducing Spectrum Orthopedics.
Winter People Athletics creates custom athletic apparel, including team uniforms and spirit wear. They support team sports programs by offering a variety of clothing and other merchandise which can be personalized with team logos, player numbers, and names, and various other options. They can also provide innovative custom screen printing and embroidered apparel to create fun and engaging fan and booster items to sell for your team fundraising efforts. Call Steve Haynes, Athletic Apparel Consultant, at 207 869-6019 or online at winterpeople.com.
All aboard MBR.org, the place to get all your high school and amateur sports news and information. MBR.org is in high gear with Maine high school winter sports. Go to MBR.org to chat about your favorite team. Find the latest articles, travel news, and cancellations, or visit their all-new and very popular team pages. MBR.org has everything you want to know about high school and amateur sports in Maine. Coming in February, all the high school tournament action at your fingertips 24/7. It's high school sports heaven. All aboard MBR.org.
For 37 years, the Bowles family has been selling Napa Auto Parts in Hancock County. And every February, they make the trip to Bangor, Portland, and Augusta to cheer on the local basketball teams. And with their new Napa Auto Parts stores in Lewiston, Auburn, Lisbon, Farmingdale, and Oxford, they have some new teams to cheer for. Like the kids out on the court, the Bowles family understands that doing business takes teamwork and dedication. Whether you're getting a belt for your sled, running a garage, or keeping your car and truck in tip-top shape, they're here to help. Visit your locally owned Napa Auto Parts in Lewiston, Auburn, Lisbon, Farmingdale, and Oxford today.
From the front office staff to the medical technicians and the doctors, we're all playing on the same team. Discover Spectrum Healthcare Partners and the power of integrated specialty care.
Full Court Press is on your team. Full Court Press is more than just a coffee shop. Some of their print services include color copies, black and white copies, posters, bindings, calendars, cards, business cards, and every door direct mail. They're located at 855 Main Street in Westbrook. Call them today at 207-464-0002 or request an estimate, place an order, and much more on their website at fullcourtpress.biz. That's fullcourtpress.biz. When you need a copy shop to bring the heat, it's time to hire Full Court Press. Welcome back. It kind of sounds like they're trying to sing Love Potion number 9 there, but I feel like it's something else that they're doing.
Love Potion 6.5.
I wonder how that works on Valentine's Day. I'm not even sure. I just realized that that's what it sounded like, and I wasn't even trying to make a Valentine's Day joke there, Randy. It's really Matt Boutwell.
Very synergistic, Matt. Very synergistic.
I do what I can. Matty Boutwell with you here on the Ox 96.9 AM 1450. It's the Central Maine Community College Ham and Lumber Game of the Week on the radio side of things. On the video side of things, it's the MBR Game of the Week from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. MBR Radio's audio coverage of the 2018 tournament is brought to you by our friends at Napa Know-How. 19 locations throughout Maine. Find the locations at mbr.org.
Be interested to see if Deering tries to be a little more creative in ways to get the ball to Ben Onick this half. Really didn't have a ton of touches in the first half, and as we said, only 4 points. Obviously, Oxford Hill's paying him a great deal of attention on the defensive end.
Well, and a lot of his points, a couple of his buckets actually came off of second chance points as well, which, that's going to happen when he's athletic. He's going to, odds are he's going to get the ball on occasion. And we are ready to go. Just underway. Into the corner, Carson. Keniston with the basketball now, gets it over to Luxka. Luxka up top to Strong. Strong, top of the key, crosses over, stops, swings it back over to Carson. Carson, back, pop is good. Vikings have the lead for the first time in forever, 30-28. I don't want to say it's the first lead of the game, but I feel like I want to say it's at least close.
I believe you're correct.
Onick with the basketball now. He goes in left hand and can't get the handle, and foul's going to be called on Keniston, and that will be his third.
Oh, what else Trey could have done on that one? I mean,
he went straight up.
Yep.
He didn't make the move for the hand, which is, again, what they asked for. So, I'm not sure either. Free throw's good. Second free throw. No. Spins out. Carson with the rebound. 7:14 remaining in the quarter. Strong over to St. Pierre. St. Pierre probably ought to get a little more aggressive here in the second half. Does, can't get to go. Has to get by Onik 3 times, can't. Keniston with the offensive rebound, goes up with the left hand. Strong, can't get to go. Onik with a rebound. Ben Onik did everything he could there to make that possession tough defensively for Oxford Hills, and he succeeded. Jermaine with a crossover, breaking ankles, and he's going to get it to go, and Deering has the lead at 31-30. 6:44 remaining in the third quarter. Strong with the basketball, crosses over to the left hand, over to Carson. Carson's out by the three-point line. He's going to take it, and he's going to make it.
I would say get him the ball. He seems to have all the confidence in the world right now.
Don't let him grow that hair out for nothing, guys. That's what I'm saying. That hair has to make it to Portland. And you're going to notice here in the first half, the foul disparity between the two teams. Oxford Hills was in the bonus with about 2 minutes remaining. And now all of a sudden Oxford Hills has a couple quick fouls here in the third quarter. Be interested to see how this game changes in the second half. Not that those things ever happen.
Well, it's in the rule book. They have to even it out by the end of the game. Don't you listen to the crowds at the Augusta Civic Center?
I didn't think it was in the rule book. It's one of those things that usually just averages out. Don't know why. Shot by Martinson is no good. Rebound comes down to Oxford Hills. Back the other way they come. Strong with it with a crossover. He's going to pull up and take it. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Jermaine. 5:50 remaining in the third quarter. Oxford Hills 33, Deering 31. 5:49 remaining in the third quarter, and ball gets knocked out of bounds. It'll be Deering basketball right in front of their bench.
See Carson or Martinson now. I think they want his length so he can close out on him, just like that.
Martinson had it rattle out. Almost didn't matter. I was about to say that length, it didn't matter. Can't teach length, they say. Carson with it, he was waiting for the shot block there from Onik. Even when Onik's not in the play, they're expecting him to be, and that is going to be an offensive foul of some type. And Todd Wing is apoplectic. It'll be Onik's second foul.
Oh, you mentioned Onik, and saw it last night. Edward Lowe with Old May One, and he blocked 6 shots, but probably altered a half dozen others just by his presence.
And sometimes just by being on the floor.
Yep.
Even when they're not on the floor, they're thinking, oh, maybe he's on the floor,
Nice pass.
Beautiful pass from Carson to a cutting Keniston, and that is basketball the way you want to see it if you're an Oxford Hills fan. They increased the lead to 4, 35-31, Vikings' biggest lead of the ball game. Jermaine, being guarded by Lukska, now gets it over to Martinson, and Martinson's going to get called for the steps. Little do-si-do action there for the Deering Rams. It'll be Oxford Hills basketball, 4:56 remaining in the third quarter. Big possession here. This is one of those swing possessions in a basketball game where if Oxford Hills gets 2 or 3 points here, it makes it from a 4-point game to a 6 to 7-point game, and that's when things can start to change in high school basketball. St. Pierre looking for a shot. Hasn't been able to find it yet. Doesn't find it there. Onik with a rebound. Down to Jermaine. St. Pierre just hasn't found a lot of stuff in the flow of the offense tonight. Looks like he's been trying to force it, which you want him to be aggressive, but at the same time, you want to be aggressive within the flow of the offense. Onik is going to not only draw the foul, which was a late call, he's going to get the bucket as well. The Michael Jordan continuation with 4:31 remaining in the third quarter. Deering now down 2.
That was quite the first step that he took there. I mean, that was plastic man-like. He literally stepped around his defender.
Remember how Aaron Baines was all of Australia? You know how you've heard the Euro step? That was all of Europe right there. That step was all of Europe. That was like all the way through. Under 4.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Onik hits the free throw. 3-point play completed. Deering back within 1. Lukska drives in. Finger roll is good. Yannick Lukska played some quality minutes for the Vikings this year. Very good baseball player as well.
All defensive team.
Yes.
For the
St. Pierre's going to draw the offensive foul on Onik. Chris St. Pierre realizing that maybe the shot not falling the way he wants, so he clapped his hands on defense and changed some things up. Todd Wing takes a timeout. We will take a timeout as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the Ox, 96.9 AM 1450, worldwide at MBRradio.com.
All aboard MBR.org, the place to get all your high school and amateur sports news and information. MBR.org is in high gear with Maine high school winter sports. Go to MBR.org to chat about your favorite team. Find the latest articles, travel news, and cancellations, or visit their all-new and very popular team pages. MBR.org has everything you want to know about high school and amateur sports in Maine. Coming in February, all the high school tournament action at your fingertips 24/7. It's high school sports heaven. All aboard MBR.org.
4:05 remaining in the third quarter. Oxford Hills with a 3-point lead over Deering. Winner of this one will face Edward Little Tuesday afternoon at the Cross Insurance Arena in Portland. Lukska with the basketball. Was looking down low for Carson, decided not to pass it to him. St. Pierre had it for a minute, now to Carson. Keniston had it, and he's going to take off running before the dribble. And officials during tournament time and really during the regular season will call that every single time.
And not something you're looking for him to do very, very often is put the ball on the floor. Like him setting up in the high post or on the block.
I wonder if you're going to start seeing more of that, especially when you got good passing big men. Good screen there by Vale. Lucia tried to draw the charge, couldn't, or drew the illegal screen anyway. Officials were not buying it. Deering running the weave, which they ran a little bit in the second quarter. Biacho jumper, no. Rebound. Onik and Vale fought for it. Vale can't find the handle, and it's taken away by Strong. Two guys fighting for the rebound. Good effort, but when Oxford Hills ends up with a basketball, not what you want. St. Pierre thought about shooting it. Instead gets it over to Lukska. The reset, under 3 minutes remaining in the quarter. Down low, Carson being guarded by Vale. He puts it on the floor with the right hand. Keniston, way too deep for him. Or probably way too deep for what Coach Graffam would want him to shoot in. St. Pierre, not too deep for him. Splashtown, USA, and it's 40-34. Vikings with the lead.
You wouldn't know he's been struggling by the way he didn't hesitate and went right up with that shot.
But what was the difference on that one, Randy? Came within the flow of the offense. Didn't just force it. Another steal. Onik loses it. Strong with it. Crosses over on Biacho. Can't get it to go. Onik with a rebound. Ball tapped around. And Carson, Onik going for it. Ball goes out of bounds. And it will be Oxford Hills basketball.
That's 12 turnovers for Deering. Oxford Hills has 6. Another reason why they've had so many more opportunities at the offensive end.
40-34 Oxford Hills, 2:19 remaining in the quarter. St. Pierre with a basketball on the inbounds. Carson with the basketball in front of Coach Graff, and now swings it back over to Record, who's in the ball game. He's provided some great minutes off the bench. High post, Carson, left hand. Labassiere now over to St. Pierre, can't get it to go. Rebound tapped, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it will be Oxford Hills basketball again. Hunter Labassiere with solid hustle there. St. Pierre will inbound with 1:57 remaining in the third quarter. And then Coach Wing's getting the warning. He's getting the warning about not being in the proper area. That sometimes preludes other things. Inbounded to Carson, and we're going to get a call there, and that'll be a turnover on Oxford Hills.
I think he picked up his pivot foot before starting his dribble.
1:52 remaining in the quarter. Onik with the basketball now. Germain with it, 40-34. Oxford Hills with the lead. Germain with the basketball. Bushiri with the basketball.
back over to Biaccio. Biaccio back to Bashiri. Bashiri, Onik, Germain, Vale, and Biaccio out there for Deering. Strong, Record, Labossiere. Carson and St. Pierre for the Vikings. Vale had it, kicked it out. Germain for 3, no. Rebound tapped around, and I think it went off the thumb of Chris St. Pierre. They're actually going to say it went off of Blaze Vale. And it will be Oxford Hills basketball with 1 minute and 11 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Chance for Oxford Hills, maybe create a little separation here in the final minute of the third quarter. That would be huge going into the fourth.
Strong over the timeline. Actually, there's Record over the timeline to Strong, who drove it in, gets knocked out of bounds with 1:04 remaining in the quarter. Strong will inbound between the G and S and Vikings. Vikings girls in action tonight against the same Deering Rams squad. Not the boys, they'll play the girls. That'd be an interesting matchup. St. Pierre for 3, no. Rebound comes down to Germain. He rolled over with it, but I don't think he had possession long enough. I definitely would say he had possession long enough than Chris Clement in the Super Bowl, but that's an entirely different story for an entirely different time. 40-34, Oxford Hills. Deering with the basketball to get it to Vale. Now to Onik in the high post. Gets triple teamed up there. Germain's going to fire away. No. And Bushiri and Biaccio collide. And then the ball gets knocked away, and it ends up into the hands of Bushiri. And it's a 4-point lead for Oxford Hills. 14 seconds, 13 seconds. Strong with the basketball, dribbles it out. Strong almost loses it, 5 seconds. And Carson can't get it to go. Onik with a rebound, left-handed shot. Does not hit any cheerleaders. They are all safe. End of 3 quarters of play. Oxford Hills has a 4-point lead over Deering in the AA North Boys quarterfinal. We'll be right back here at Oxford Hills High School for the fourth quarter on the Ox 96.9 AM 1450 worldwide at MBR.org. We will be right back.
Look, I get it. We all got snowed in last week. You're just now getting shoveled out. And when somebody mentions something to you about summer camps, your only thought is, can I go to it right now so that I don't have to deal with the snow anymore? Totally get that. However, this February vacation week, if you're home with your kids, there is one thing that you're going to remember. If you don't have something for your kids to do, you're going to be in for a long summer. Registration is now open for University of Southern Maine's summer camps. They've got basketball, they've got soccer, they've got ice hockey, and they have a ton more. I haven't even scratched the surface on this. Find the registration links now. Go to usm.maine.edu. That's usm.maine.edu and search summer camps. Or find the links right now at mbr.org. And maybe get them in shape for some of these summer camps by letting them shovel off the roof or something like that. Or the deck.
Welcome back. Oxford Hills, Deering, fourth quarter underway. Deering basketball to start. Onik with the basketball. If you're a Deering Rams fan, that's what you want to hear. Gives it up, however, over to Vale. Now back to Onik. He's being guarded by Carson. And this is the matchup we wanted to see. Onik for 3. No. Rebound comes down to Dietrich. St. Pierre gets it over the timeline for Oxford Hills. 7:30 remaining in the quarter. 40-36. Oxford Hills with the lead. Winner of this one will face Edward Little on Tuesday at the CIA. Try to get some updates for you from E.L. Lewiston. Nice backdoor cut there as Chris St. Pierre finds daylight, and it's 42-36. Good basketball right there. Casey Jones would be proud. Steal. St. Pierre takes it away. He's going to 2-on-1 if he hurries. He lays it back, and they're going to call St. Pierre for an offensive foul. That's a tough call. But sometimes you make that decision just a hair too late, Randy, and you give them, you kind of give the officials all they need to make that call when you do that.
Yeah, they're generally not going to give you a lot of the benefit of the doubt in that kind of situation.
Deering works it around the perimeter. Jermaine fires for three. No, he's gone cold here in the second half. Martinson with the basketball. He hits some threes in the first. He goes for another one here. Yep. He apparently didn't touch anything cold during halftime, and Deering is back within three. 6:30 remaining in the quarter.
It's their first three of the second half.
I said quarter like this isn't the fourth. Apparently I assume overtime. That's what I'm assuming. St. Pierre with the basketball now. Get it to Carson, now to Keniston, down low to Carson. Good give and go there. Carson goes baseline, out to St. Pierre for three. No. Rebound, fought for, taken away by Onik. He looks up ahead. He finds Martinson. Back to Onik. Back to Martinson. Thought about firing a three. Instead swings it over to Jermaine. Jermaine is open. He will fire. And we're tied at 42.
Good job by Martinson there. Very patient. Waited for the trailer. Found him wide open.
5:38 remaining in regulation here. St. Pierre with the basketball. Dribbles, step back, three, in and out, no good. Carson with a rebound. Finds a cutting St. Pierre, can't get it to go. Onik altered that shot. Back comes Oxford Hills. Back comes Deering. Jermaine thought about it. Kicks it over to Bushiri. Martinson for another, no. Keniston with a rebound. And you're going to get a Scott Graffam timeout here with 5:06 remaining in the fourth quarter. We'll keep it right here and give you some of the sights and sounds of the game. .506 remaining in the fourth quarter. Edward Little girls knocked off Lewiston in a thriller, 49-48. Hannah Chaput with a go-ahead basket with 9 seconds left. Edward Little will move on in the tournament. I believe I'm going to have to look at what their. I believe they're the 3 seed, so they'll move on to face the 2 seed Portland. Portland lost one of their bigs, one of their sophomores, with a broken foot in the season finale against Deering. They'll be playing on Wednesday. Oxford Hills girls looking to play on Wednesday too, but they got to win their game tomorrow. Meanwhile, here Lukska is on the floor, and Bushiri and Lukska fighting for the basketball. And there is all sorts of kerfuffling going on there with 4:55 remaining in the quarter.
Playoff basketball. Go to the floor and don't stop fighting even after the whistle blows.
That was like a standing 8 count there. I was waiting for them to like grab somebody's arm to see if he was still there. Carson, shot no good. Keniston goes up amongst the trees for the rebound, can't come down with it. Back the other way comes Deering. We're tied at 42. There is 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in the quarter, which is the fourth, so that means we get to the end of this one tied. We go to regulation. Lukska blocks Onik. No call. Crossover. St. Pierre layup. No good. St. Pierre tips it out to Keniston. Gets it over to Lukska. St. Pierre thought about a 3, put it on the floor, instead gets it down low to Carson. Carson the block, kicks it out. That'll be Strong. Strong gets guarded by Onik, thinks better of it. Carson kicks it out. Lukska back over to Carson, and Oxford Hills will reset here. Strong with the basketball, 4:10 remaining in the fourth quarter. We're tied at 42. Oxford Hills and Deering. Winner gets Edward Little. Tuesday afternoon at the CIA in Portland. We'll have that game for you one way or the other. Strong dribbles in, lost it for a second, and they're going to call the travel. It looked like he had lost possession of it on the way flipping, but the official that made the call was on the back side of it.
He may have been blocked by his body. His body was between the ball and the officials, so. But no one else decided to overrule him.
Nobody gave him the hey, come on over here for a second whistle. So Martinson again looking to give him the lead. No, Vale with a rebound. Keniston, active hands, can't get the basketball. Martinson gets it back, and Martinson's going to get called for a travel with 3:38 remaining in the fourth quarter. And Todd Wing can't believe that Keniston wasn't called for a foul, and then his guy gets called for a travel. Deering Athletic Director Mel Craig made the trip up. Tied at 42, 3:30 remaining in the fourth quarter. Carson kicks it out. St. Pierre wide open for three, makes it. In the flow of the offense, and what do you know? 45-42, Oxford Hills takes the lead. 3:16 remaining. I guess it's stone cold time. Onik against Keniston, offensive foul. And Todd Wing just blew a gasket on that call. With 3:09 remaining in the fourth.
He might have it.
And there's your technical. The magic word has been said. With 3:09 remaining in the fourth.
I don't know how much contact there was on that, but it looked like Keniston was going down before there really was a contact.
You knew the prelude was coming there when they spoke with Wing about moving out of it, being in the booth and being where he's supposed to be.
Coach's box, yeah.
And he kind of looked at him like, "Are you kidding me?" and pointed to Graff like, "You're not talking to him about it." And as soon as that happens, speaking from experience, when you tell your parent they might be wrong or they're favoring another kid, they're probably going to come down on you a little harder. St. Pierre makes the first free throw, and that to me is kind of what happened there. Oh, okay, that's fine. And then as soon as things changed, or as soon as that call got out of hand, he got the technical. St. Pierre hits both free throws. 47-42, Oxford Hills. 3:09 remaining in the ball game. That'll be Oxford Hills basketball. Scott Graffam all fired up with a Trey Keniston on the sidelines, and a good fired up. They get it into St. Pierre. He gets it over to Carson. Carson thought about shooting it. Instead, he's going to put it on the floor. Finger roll, no good. Gets the offensive rebound, however. St. Pierre with a basketball, swings it back out to Record. Now back to Strong, and we're under 3 minutes remaining. Strong hands it over to Recker, being guarded by Jermaine. High post for Carson. That's a great spot to put him in. Not only is he a good passer, but he can see over the top of everybody. And as long as Vale's guarding him, he should be able to continue to do just that. St. Pierre being guarded by Bushiri, who's had a tremendous game so far for Deering. All sorts of energy off the bench. He's like a mini version of Jay Crowder. When Jay Crowder played for the Celtics, not the Cavaliers version. Carson over to St. Pierre.
I'm not sure Oxford Hills is going to take a shot unless they're under extreme social pressure.
And Bushiri with a nice defensive play there on Record. You will guess by the crowd's reaction that they did not agree. Bushiri hands it off to Vale, and he's going to get blocked. I think the foul's going to be on Lukska on the arm first. Right. Carson got him clean.
Yeah, it was clean.
Because the call was made too early to say, that was,
It's on Lukska. It's his fourth.
By the way, both 24s have 4 fouls. Onik has 4 fouls as well. Vale's first free throw is good. I'm just glad we have a guy named Vale playing during the Winter Olympics.
It's their first point since 5:43 left in the game.
He hits them both, and it's a 47-44 ball game. And Deering will take a timeout. Oxford Hills will convene as well, so we'll hang out here for a second and let you listen to the band. Again, if you're just joining us, Edward Little Girls knocked off Lewiston 49-48.
That must have been an unbelievable game, and really happy to hear that it was a close game like that. Lewiston's on the way up. They're if they hadn't shown already, they showed today that they're not going to take any game against Edward Little as a loss. They're going to battle all the way to the end. May see a change in that rivalry in the coming years. Lewiston may be on top.
I think I think today might have been that quasi baton passing. Almost like 2003 ALCS, I guess, as much as that sickened me to say it. Sort of that deal, you know.
Good times.
Good times. 47-44, maybe for you. Minute 55 remaining in the fourth quarter. Oxford Hills leads by 3 over Deering. Boys basketball action. The winner gets Edward Little on Tuesday at the CIA. Oxford Hills trying to make it happen here. Got it to Carson. And Carson's going to get the foul drawn on Onik, and that's it.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, if Deering is going to win this basketball game without Ben Onik, that is a tremendous feat. With a minute 36 left, a lot of people are not going to agree with that call. I'll be interested to see what the MBR forum boards will say about that one.
9 points and 8 rebounds. 9 rebounds for Ben Onik tonight.
Ben will be back next year. He's only a junior. Lukska into Carson, up with the fake, and it's good. What a pass. 49-44 Vikings, and then you've got a turnover as Jermaine goes out of bounds. A minute 29 remaining in the fourth quarter, 5-point lead for Oxford Hills. Timeout, full timeout here for Deering.
Oxford Hills defense coming up big again. As we said, they probably would if they were going to win this game. Just been outstanding in the second half. 16 points in the second half for Deering. Great job on Onik, holding him under double figures. Deering's had 2 3-pointers in the second half after hitting 5 in the first half. It's a pretty good Oxford Hills team. I wouldn't want to face them in the next round or anywhere in the tournament.
This Oxford Hills team last year beat Chevers 53-50 in overtime in the quarterfinals at the ACC and then fell to Portland 56-36. Year before that, they beat Bangor 71-47. They lost to Deering 73-67 in a game that was very winnable for them. Year before that, they made it all. Year before that, they lost to Messalonsky and Nick Mayo 58-46. And then the year before that, 2014, quarterfinal win against Bangor, 61-58 win over Brunswick, and then lost to Hamden Academy 82-54 in a final in a game in which every Vikings player had at least 3 fouls before halftime.
I remember that.
And I'm not exaggerating
no,
that.
You're not.
Every single one.
You are not exaggerating.
Like, I might be undercutting it, actually, a little bit.
I think they called a foul on me on press row.
Yeah, they're getting the AR Gould treatment, I guess. Record over to St. Pierre.
They're going to have to foul. They need to lengthen this game as much as possible right now. And if that means sending Oxford Hills to the line, that's what you got to do. They still have a couple more fouls to get to that point. One more foul.
Inbounded to Carson. Strong. Off the wrong foot. Whatever. 51-44. Oxford Hills leads by a touchdown and an extra point. Approaching 1 minute remaining here in the fourth quarter. Jermaine had it, lost it. Strong up ahead. Record up ahead of the pack. Lays it up, lays it in. Oxford Hills pulling away. Todd Wing wants to take a timeout. This place is going nuts. Quite an atmosphere here at the Hills. 53-44 Vikings.
That's one of the things I like about the quarterfinal games being at these home sites. It's a much better atmosphere even than the Expo for a quarterfinal. I heard your interview with Graf talking about, it's too bad for the kids. I'm sorry, I lost.
That's all right. You lost your win cover there. That's fine.
I won't speak. It's too bad for the kids. They don't get a chance to play on the Expo floor or the Cross Insurance floor. But in terms of atmosphere and everything, I kind of like it. It's a little bit different. Some of those quarterfinal games can be kind of stale, especially when you have the small crowds that you often get for the quarterfinals. This is great. This is Oxford Hills is always one of the best gyms in terms of atmosphere during the season, but certainly kicked it up a notch for the tournament.
52 seconds remaining on the clock. We'll update the one you've got on the screen here in just a second. They might have left it running just a little long. 53-44 Vikings with a 9-point lead. Ben Onik on the bench with 5 fouls. Jermaine with the basketball. Slings it over to Martinson, who had a heck of a game tonight for Deering. Martinson, long three, no. Rebound, Carson, no. Jermaine with the basketball, had it, blocked by St. Pierre. Kicks back out, Martinson, long range, nails it. He nailed that from West Paris.
It's his 5th.
53-47, 28.6 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Kid's only a sophomore.
I'd say he can shoot.
I would say that. Too early to look ahead to a possible EL Oxford Hills matchup next round?
Yeah. 28-3. Right?
Sure, 3-0.
Yeah,
in a series.
Yeah, I didn't want to. This would be the third game between those two squads this year if they meet. Two teams split their series this year, home and home.
Gotta figure Deering's gonna foul as soon as possible. Yeah.
And that's a quick one. Well, quick foul there. I didn't even get a chance to change the clock. That's how quick it was. It went from 28.6 to 28.3, and the clock we've got on the screen is 28. So I'm like, I'll just leave that there for a second.
Good enough. Good enough.
That's good. St. Pierre at the line. 53-47 Oxford Hills, 28 seconds remaining in the ball game. St. Pierre goes to the line.
St. Pierre's
54-47.
He's had a terrific second half, both ends of the floor. 11 points in the second half so far after a slow start.
Hits them both. Back up to an 8-point lead. Approaching 20 seconds remaining. Carson is going to let Bushiri just drive right in. 6-point lead. And Lukska will get fouled with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. He'll go to the line, up 6. Making one of these will make it a 3-possession game. And that's usually the difference in these things, is getting those odd numbers from 5 to 7. Lukska hits the first. That is clutch. You want to win this time of year, you got to hit free throws like that. The front end of one-on-ones. If anybody ever decides to become like a high school basketball statistician for things like that, you know how they've got the analytics in baseball? I want to see that for front end of one-on-ones in high school. Blocked by Carson. Gets out of bounds. It'll be Deering ball. 8 seconds left. Excuse me, 7 seconds left. 57-49 Oxford Hills with the lead. Bushiri for 3, it's good, 57-52. And Oxford Hills is just going to let the clock run out. I'll let the crowd tell the story for a second here. Oxford Hills Vikings will advance in the AA North quarterfinal MPA Invitational Tournament, 57-52 over Deering. We'll take a commercial break and we'll come right back with your Bessie Motors Player of the Game. You are listening to the Ox 96.9 AM 1450. You're watching at MBR.org from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth.
All aboard MBR.org, the place to get all your high school and amateur sports news and information. MBR.org is in high gear with Maine high school winter sports. Go to MBR.org to chat about your favorite team. Find the latest articles, travel news, and cancellations. Or visit their all-new and very popular team pages. MBR.org has everything you want to know about high school and amateur sports in Maine. Coming in February, all the high school tournament action at your fingertips 24/7. It's high school sports heaven. All aboard MBR.org.
From the front office staff to the medical technicians and the doctors, we're all playing on the same team. Discover Spectrum Healthcare Partners and the power of integrated specialty care.
All aboard!
Full Court Press is on your team. Full Court Press is more than just a coffee shop. Some of their print services include color copies, black and white copies, posters, bindings, calendars, cards, business cards, and every door direct mail. They're located at 855 Main Street in Westbrook. Call them today at 207-464-0002 or request an estimate, place an order, and much more on their website at fullcourtpress.biz. That's fullcourtpress.biz. When you need a copy shop to bring the heat, it's time to hire Full Court Press. Winter People Athletics creates custom athletic apparel, including team uniforms and spirit wear. They support team sports programs by offering a variety of clothing and other merchandise which can be personalized with team logos, player numbers and names, and various other options. They can also provide innovative custom screen printing and embroidered apparel to create fun and engaging fan and booster items to sell for your team fundraising efforts. Call Steve Haynes, Athletic Apparel Consultant, at 207-869-6019 or online at winterpeople.com. For 37 years, the Bowles family has been selling Napa Auto Parts in Hancock County, and every February they make the trip to Bangor, Portland, and Augusta to cheer on the local basketball teams. And with their new Napa Auto Parts stores in Lewiston, Auburn, Lisbon, Farmingdale, and Oxford, they have some new teams to cheer for. Like the kids out on the court, the Bowles family understands that doing business takes teamwork and dedication. Whether you're getting a belt for your sled, running a garage, or keeping your car and truck in tip-top shape, they're here to help. Visit your locally owned Napa Auto Parts in Lewiston, Auburn, Lisbon, Farmingdale, and Oxford today. Welcome back to the game of the week on the MBR video side of things. We're live in the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. Your final score here in this quarterfinal game, a lot closer than a lot of folks would have liked to have seen it probably, mainly Oxford Hills fans. 57-52, the Vikings come away with the victory. They will move on, they will advance, they will take on Edward Little, who won last night over Chevrolet. They'll take them on Tuesday at the CIA, and then Wyndham and Portland will be in the other leg of that. So the 2 o'clock game will be Edward Little, Oxford Hills. The 3:30 game will be Wyndham and Portland. Again, Tuesday afternoon, AA North regional semifinals at the Cross Insurance Arena in Portland. Not at the Expo, the Cross Insurance Arena in Portland. We'll have radio from you there live, and of course we'll have video highlights after the game as well for you from that. Big game for a lot of folks. They held Ben Onik to 9 points in the contest, which I thought was probably the difference in this one. Your Bessie Motors player of the game. I have to go co-players of the game for this one. Colton Carson and Chris St. Pierre. I thought St. Pierre made some key threes in the second half, really affected this game with his offense, and Carson was available and active all night long. So Colton Carson and Chris St. Pierre are your Bessie Motors players of the game. Each of them will win a personal pizza to Doe's out on Route 26. That's going to wrap it up for us here for coverage. Again, I want to congratulate the Edward Little girls. They advanced tonight 48-47 over Lewiston by way of a putback with 9 seconds remaining. Been an interesting quarterfinal so far. We got one more game for you here from Oxford Hills. Oxford Hills girls will be taking on Deering here tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel. Different superheroes, however. Aaron Morse and Dave Wing will have the call for you for that one tomorrow night. I will be back at it for you guys on Tuesday from Portland. Yes, I'm on Portland duty this year. No, I'm not excited about it because, well, I got to pay for parking, but it's okay. It's all right. For those of you who know me, I know how I am about that stuff, but I'm looking forward to going down to the big building and watch the Oxford Hills Vikings and Edward Little Red Eddies with their rubber match here on Tuesday. Wyndham and Portland will square off Tuesday right after that. The winner will square off in the AA North finals on Friday. For Randy Whitehouse from the Sun Journal, and for Tyler on the camera, and for Alex back at the Gleason Media Palatial Estate Studios in beautiful downtown Norway, Maine, that's your final. Oxford Hills 57, Deering 52. Bessie Motors Player of the Game, Chris St. Pierre, and Colton Carson. See you next time here on MBR.org and on the Ox 96.9 AM 1450. We bring you back to regularly scheduled programming. If you want to watch a replay of this game, like MBR on Facebook, and you can catch it there, or you can find it on our YouTube channel or MBR Radio on Twitter. We'll see you next time. See you tomorrow. Oxford Hills girls against Deering.